One of my goals this year is to be more consistent with everything in my life, and that includes my posting schedule. So you can screenshot this if you want, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be posting a YouTube video every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So 4 videos a week at 5 p.m. Central on each of those days. Mondays, I will be sending out an email newsletter, so I'll have a link in the description box for you to join the list. And then Thursday and Saturdays, I'll be posting reels over on Instagram, although I will probably be posting them more days than that as well. I've actually been trying to post them daily. So I hope this helps, and I'm looking forward to an awesome 2023. Hey guys, I hope everyone had an awesome holiday season. We had an awesome time at the Chiefs game this weekend, but I am back home and ready to reset my house for the week. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you what I got done on a Sunday evening to set myself up for a week. I gave the dogs a bath. I also am going to be doing a lot of meal prep. I'm going to be cooking dinner and washing some produce. I have some really good ideas for meal prep this week. And then last but not least, we are going to be cleaning out and organizing my fridge. So let's get started. I hope you find lots of motivation in today's video. So while we were in Kansas City watching the Chiefs win their football game, of course the dogs were having fun at the kennel, but when dogs come back from the kennel, you of course have to bathe them because they are a little bit stinky. Milo is actually really great at bath time. He is our newer puppy that we got earlier this year. And I think really, I've been giving him a bath obviously since we brought him home. And so he really doesn't mind it at all. I do have to kind of coax him into the tub a little bit, but he's really easy to wash. He has really short hair, so he dries it pretty quickly and he doesn't necessarily mind it. So I bathed him first, and then next I'm going to bathe Murphy, who is our yellow lab. Typically I actually send him to the groomers, but I wasn't able to get an appointment this week, and so I just decided to bathe him in the tub myself. That's not my first choice because he's really large and has a lot of hair, but we do have a sprayer in our shower, which makes it a little bit easier, and he's obviously very well behaved. He's probably the best behaved dog that we've ever had. He takes a little bit longer to dry because his hair is a little bit longer and fluffier, but he is such a good boy. So that was my first task when we got home from our trip. I want to also thank Green Chef for sponsoring today's video. They came in clutch because I just got a Green Chef box delivered on my doorstep right before we left. We were only gone for 2 days, so everything was perfect. And I am going to be making this creamy ancho turkey soup for dinner tonight. It turned out so good, but Green Chef really comes in handy, especially in my life. I'm super busy. I travel a lot for work. So whether I get home from a personal trip or a work trip, I try to schedule my Green Chef deliveries around that so that I have something waiting for me and we don't have to eat out after we've just been eating out all weekend. I've been using Green Chef for literally years, but if you're not familiar with them, they are a CCOF certified organic company, and they do have options for every type of lifestyle. They have keto and paleo meal kits. They have vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and even gluten-free. I am going with the fast and fit meal kits from Green Chef this year because I am on a journey to lose 75 pounds. I've already lost 11 and a half, so I'm super happy with that over the holidays. But the fast and fit plan from Green Chef allows you to get meals under 700 calories, and most of them are ready in under 25 minutes. And so you can have a delicious solution to your super busy schedule. They also have started having choices on their site for breakfast and lunch as well as dinner, and they obviously have any type of meal plan to fit your healthy lifestyle. And I just really love that everything comes boxed up and pre-prepped, ready for me to go. It really takes that mental energy out of all of the shopping and cooking that you have to do. If you have health goals for the new year, or even if you are just looking to save time and eat a little bit better, now is the time to try out Green Chef. My viewers can use my code JenChapin60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. You can go to greenchef.com for more details. I'll have that link in the description description box below, so make sure you head on down there and check that out. They are truly my favorite meal kit, and I've been using their meal kits for years and years, and you guys know I have tried a bunch of them. So make sure you take advantage of that coupon code along with the link that will be down below. So this soup turned out so delicious. It really had a ton of flavor. You can see that it's loaded with veggies and lean protein. I've really been trying to get a lot more protein into my diet and a lot more veggies, so this soup was perfect. And even Adam loved it. So what I'm doing now after I got the soup ready is I'm just cutting up the garnishes for it. So I cut up some fresh tomato and some cilantro that came in the kit. And then there were some pumpkin seeds to add to the top as well. So here the soup has finished. I went ahead and tasted it, added some cilantro, seasoned it with salt and pepper. And this also made great leftovers for meal prep for the week. Here's how mine looked. I added a little bit of queso fresco to the top, and this was a delicious, healthy dinner after a weekend away and perfect to have on a cold evening. Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and get the kitchen cleaned up after dinner. I had to put some dishes in the dishwasher, but of course there were clean dishes in there that I needed to clean up. I think I told you guys this in a previous video, but I'm going to be doing a huge kitchen declutter. I just have so much crap in my kitchen right now, and it's driving me crazy. Like, I just keep telling myself, you have too many cabinets to not have enough room. And I think the problem is just like, it's just like your clothes closet, right? Like if you bring new things in and you don't get rid of anything, then obviously it just collects and collects and collects. So anyway, I'm just putting away my clean dishes right now. I actually want to hopefully start on this project this weekend, but we will see. I'm also going to be taking my Christmas decor down this weekend as well because we have our last Christmas, so I can finally take that stuff down. It'll be nice to get the house back and hopefully do a little bit of decorating for Valentine's Day. So as you can see, I loaded up my dishwasher to its max capacity, and I'm going to go ahead and start that up. And then also in this video, I just wanted to show you some meal prep as well. So my goal was not to go to the grocery store this week before I really knew what I had at home and what I had in my fridge, because I'm trying to use up what's in my fridge and pantry. So what I did was I took the remainder of the tomatoes and the cilantro and the onion from the Green Chef recipe that I cooked for dinner, and I decided to make some pico de gallo out of them. So I'm going to also be prepping some kind of like Southwest taco ground turkey. So my goal is to use that for bowls this week with rice and beans, or maybe make some wraps or quesadillas or enchiladas out of them. I just like having components like this in the refrigerator because it's something like really fresh tasting and something nice that you can add to, even if you want to heat up like frozen enchiladas or a TV dinner or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the lid on that and put it into the fridge. And next I wanted to cook up these chicken breasts. So I had picked up these chicken breasts at Aldi on sale. They were like 30% off. And so you can see that they're super, super thin. And so my plan with these is to just cook them up and cut them up and prep them for the week so that I can use them either in chicken salad. You can also make, salads with cut up chicken. I'm going to be making some green goddess dressing later in the week, so I wanted to be able to use those for that as well. I also like to mix cooked chicken, like cooked cut up chicken, with barbecue sauce, and then I will make, Kira doesn't eat it now because she's pescatarian, but Connor likes them in wraps. Like I'll put it in a tortilla and wrap it up with like some ranch dressing and some lettuce and some bacon bits, and he really likes that for dinner, or for lunch, for school lunch. So all I seasoned these chicken breasts with was lemon zest, lemon juice, salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and they turned out great. These were super, super thin, so I did not have to cook them much at all. Actually, these I felt like would be really good if you wanted to make like chicken roll-ups or something like that. I couldn't believe how thinly they were cut, but I definitely had to be careful that I didn't overcook them. So once they were sauteed up in the skillet. I just cooked them in batches, and then I just had them on a plate covered with foil, and I let them rest until they were cool enough to handle. And so my other tip for you is that make sure you take that juice on the plate that they were resting on, because all of that is flavor, and drizzle it over the chicken so that it doesn't dry out in the fridge. So as you can see, I got quite a bit of chicken out of that, but that's fine. This is something that we will always eat. And even if we don't get it all eaten, it's something that freezes really well too in individually portioned bags. So next up, I'm gonna prep some protein banana chocolate chip muffins. I've got some of the Kodiak Power Cake mix, some cinnamon, vanilla, some sugar-free chocolate chips, some light butter, 1 egg, 2 ripe bananas, some Fairlife milk, and then I'm also using the Lakanto brown sugar. So when I put these muffins, all of the ingredients into MyFitnessPal and calculated the recipe, this batch made 15 muffins and it only came out to 100 calories per muffin. So I thought that was pretty good, but this recipe is actually on the back of the Power Cakes buttermilk pancake mix box. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is. But I decided to make these because obviously I had some bananas that were about to get way too brown, and I had all of the ingredients on hand. And it's really good to have stuff like this because it can make really quick breakfasts. You can pack it for your kids' lunches or snacks, and it's also just like a semi healthy option that you can have kind of out on the counter. I usually store them in my cake plate with the dome on it, so that kind of everyone can see them, and they usually go pretty fast. And then any that we don't eat, I just put them in the freezer and they defrost really well. So here is how they cooked up. Side note, I really love these muffin tins. I'll link them down below. I got them on Amazon. They are fantastic. So you can see these turned out really moist on the inside. I just removed them from the muffin tins and I'm just putting them on a cooling rack just until they are completely cool before I store them. Make sure you do that with muffins, because if you don't and they are still warm, they will make the container have condensation in it, and you don't want that. Okay, so next I'm gonna wash up some of my produce that I found in the refrigerator that was still good. So this is some sugar snap peas, and I always like to wash these in my salad spinner. So a lot of you have commented that you got a salad spinner for Christmas, so that's really cool. But if you don't have one, you definitely need one. I'll link mine down below. I actually have 2 salad spinners now, and I use them literally all the time. So I washed up some green pepper along with these sugar snap peas, and I'm just using one of these Rubbermaid Brilliance containers. I really like them because they are, I think, probably the most airtight container that you can get without really using a food saver. And I did put a paper towel in the bottom. So next up, I'm gonna make some turkey kind of taco meat. So I'm using some green pepper that I salvaged from my produce drawer, and I'm just mincing that into really small pieces. I honestly don't normally put diced up bell pepper in my taco or enchilada meat, but I probably will after I made this because I feel like it actually gave it a really good flavor. And then I also added some garlic. So I have a few bulbs of garlic that I'm trying to get used up that were in my produce drawer. So I'm just crushing up some of that. And then I just had a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of this pan. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my veggies in there. And I always like to give the veggies a little bit of a head start in the pan before I add the ground turkey, because I want to make sure that they are definitely cooked through. So after that, I added my ground turkey. This was about 1.5 pounds of ground turkey that I defrosted. And honestly, I'm not always the hugest fan of ground turkey. Like, I usually prefer ground beef, but with the sauce that I used with this, I really honestly could not tell, and it was really good. So you can see that I let this brown and crisp up, and I love using my little meat chopper to make sure that it gets nice and crumbly. And then I had this bag of enchilada sauce in my pantry. Again, I'm trying to get all that stuff used up. So I just added 1 bag of that to the turkey and went ahead and let it simmer for probably about 10 minutes on a lower heat, and it turned out really good. That sauce is really, really flavorful. I want to say it's like Saucy Lips or something like that. I may have forgotten forgotten the brand, so don't quote me on that. But it had really good flavor. And you can see this is what it looked like. I went ahead and let it cool, and I added it to a glass meal prep container, and I've been using it all week for quesadillas and wraps. So we're going to continue on into the next morning here because I needed to get up and pack the kids' lunch, and I still had a couple of things to do before I started work for the day, namely finish cleaning out the fridge. So after I made my coffee, I started making the kids lunch. Of course, I'm trying to use up what we have. So PB&J sandwiches, it is. I really need to start doing more school lunch videos because I do pack my kids lunch every day. It just seems like a lot of times I'm doing it like in the morning. I'm tired at the last minute and I don't always think of filming it. But it has been fun to kind of come up with different options, especially for Kira because she is now eating a pescatarian diet. So yeah. Always fun being a mom, right? Okay, so I just got done making my coffee and I actually ordered some descaler for my Nespresso. I don't remember the last time I descaled this, if ever. I have done the rinse function before, like many times. I do it like every couple weeks. But Adam just descaled his Keurig and he was like, hey, do you ever descale your Nespresso? And I was like, oh, that is a good question. So the package came with 2 in it. It's actually recommended to do every 3 months. So I just completed the cycle. It's like seriously the most convoluted thing ever. I had to look it up online because I couldn't find my manual. It's like push the lever, turn the crank, hold the button for 7 seconds, turn around, do the hokey pokey, blah, 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 blah. But apparently it worked. So now we're good to go. This is what my fridge looks like. So I need to definitely get some stuff out of here. I know that there are some things that are expired, some things that I need to get into the freezer, some things that are bad and probably need to be thrown away. That's just what happens when you're out of town for the weekend. Otherwise, we probably would have gone through some of this weekend. But this is salmon. Actually, I had left over from last night that I made the kids, so we'll keep that. This is the pico I made, the snap peas I washed up, the chicken I prepped. So let me get this all out of the fridge and we'll see what we can salvage. What I didn't want to do was to buy a bunch of groceries before I really knew what was in my fridge because I'm trying to, this doesn't have a date on it, like this yogurt. Anyway, I'm trying to use up more of what I have and buy less at the store. And I don't know, why is there no date on this? Like, it's plain Greek yogurt. It smells fine. Like this. We probably should have took this with us in the car when we went on our trip, but I can take the meat and cheese and crackers out of this and salvage it, but the grapes and the apples in there are pretty slimy. Do you guys smell stuff or do you just like throw it away if you don't know? I mean, for me, I try really hard to not like throw things away if it smells fine. Like the 2 exceptions to that are like meat and dairy. Or like seafood. Like for example, these cooked shrimp that I have in here, we did eat most of them, but there's a few left in the bottom of there, and those will get thrown out because I'm not gonna screw around with like old seafood. But like some of this stuff too is left over from Christmas Day, and obviously that was like more than a week ago, so part of that stuff is like, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna save that. It's not worth like getting sick over, obviously. And like this cottage cheese, I smelled it this morning because I was gonna eat some, but it still freaks me out a little bit because it's 2 days past the date and I know it's probably okay, but I'm still gonna toss it because there's only a little bit left in the bottom. These produce drawers are like a hot mess too. I don't know. Oh, I was gonna try to cook that shrimp tonight for dinner. It's a good thing I looked in here. See, these blackberries, I feel like some of these are probably still okay, but then there's a couple moldy ones. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look through them and see what I think. I don't know why, there's just like random carrots the bottom of here, but okay. Okay, so let me show you guys the fridge. This is not perfect, but it's way better than it was, and at least I know what I have now, so I can plan meals for the week. My goal is to plan meals for this week just using what I have on hand and not go to the grocery store. So I threw away everything that was like outdated or from Christmas. I still have some marinara sauce up here. I think I'm gonna freeze that. And then there's pulled pork in there too. Those are both still good, so I think I'm gonna freeze those. By the way, if you haven't seen this yogurt holder thing, I got this on Amazon. I can link it down below. It's very convenient if you store yogurt in your fridge. It's kind of like up and out of the way. And then down here I've got my salmon, grilled chicken. I actually need to get more milk. I'm probably gonna have to make an exception for milk and bread this week because I'm almost out of those two things. I have the pico that I made, the turkey with enchilada sauce, ground turkey with enchilada sauce. This turned out so good, so I'm gonna make some bowls with that for lunches this week, along with the pico. I'm probably gonna cook up some rice. I've got some beans in the pantry. I've got our sugar snap peas there. I organized this a little bit better. I find that if I organize stuff like this in a way that the kids can see it easily, they're more likely to grab this stuff, and then we just go through it faster without wasting anything. I did restock the yogurt. This is the kind of yogurt that Kira likes. I've got, is this outdated? No, 15th of January, so we're good there. Oh, there's another one in the back. Hiding. Oh, that's a cherry one. 14th of January. Okay, we're good. I also use yogurt a lot to make smoothies for Connor for a bedtime snack. And then I went ahead and put all of my tortillas and flatbreads and whatnot in here. I've still got some shredded lettuce in there that's still good. I put it in one of these Rubbermaid Brilliance containers, which is pretty airtight, so I think that's still good. I went ahead and sorted out my herbs. I really want to make some green goddess dressing, so I'll probably do that tonight with this dill. And then I've got parsley and thyme and sage in there. I need to figure out what to do with that. I've got some wonton wrappers. I'm gonna plan on making some baked crab rangoons with these. Some more tortillas in there. This cucumber is still good. The jalapenos and the cucumber, I washed those up. They're actually soaking right now. I'm gonna use those for dinner tonight. I'm gonna use the shrimp for dinner tonight. And this drawer looks much better too, and I can see actually what we have. So I feel more prepared for the week than when I started. Definitely not perfect, but what is perfect? Nothing is perfect around here for sure. And if you really don't want to go to the grocery store, don't forget to use that discount code down below for Green Chef. I'll have that link down below and also in a pinned comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.